Hi Taurus, welcome to your mid-July 2021 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. So let's see, just going to spread them out like that. Interesting. So the last two cards are major arcana cards, so it's almost like it makes me think that something important is resolved, or within yourself in some cases. So let's bring out these two cards that represent current energies and past energies. We have the in the past we have the Page of Pentacles. This can be a message that has to do with work or money. And this is also the card of the student. So sometimes there could be correspondence with that, or you are becoming a student, you were, and you graduated or you dropped out because you didn't find what you were looking for there. And the current energies are this is the concentration of the focus here is the Eight of Pentacles, which is a really good card. Now, I just want to make note of the fact that Pentacles is your suit of Earth. So the matters, the goings on of the Earth element are present here, or the attention is focused here. And so this could be getting some kind of training that enables you to do your job in a very effective way. This is a card of, either you could be in some kind of, what do they call those? I always like, I was going to say like an internship, but it's an apprenticeship. And the other thing is, I see with these two cards, if you were in, let's say you were in college, and you say, you know what, I want to do something with my hands, or I want to be a craftsman. It's like trying to make it gender neutral. I want to just do something with my hands. So I always think of Taurus, I connect it with jewelry, that Venus connection with making something with your hands that's beautiful. That isn't a necessity, but is something that we really love to wear, And this is a card of being very good at what you do and diligent in your work. It's also a good card for money, material wealth. The higher message is the Page of Swords. And to me, this is about being a lifelong learner, always willing to get new training, to explore new areas, because really the Eight of Pentacles, this could be acquiring a new skill. And so having that intellectual curiosity. Taurus is a fixed sign, and sometimes when people get settled in, they become complacent and they think, I know what I'm doing, so I'm just going to mail it in. It's not that the person doesn't have a good work ethic. They may show up on time and they may do their work, but they don't really expand. They don't try to go into different directions. And this has nothing to do, I don't see this as anything to do with career growth, making more money. I'm talking about from the mental plane, which is about seeking something more than what you have right now, like being curious, eternally curious. And that can lend itself to an even more well-rounded type of service that you're offering. So, if you're a Reiki master and you go and take a meditation retreat somewhere, or you get some kind of certificate to teach meditation, even if you don't do that in your practice, that can't help but improve things. What crosses you is the Ten of Swords. This is a card of betrayal. With those cards, I don't see anything particular that would relate to that. Now, I will say that if you have experienced in the past, like losing a job, and not, I'm not saying not due to incompetence, but, you know, somebody else got some, you know, whatever, just something that made you lose a job, you may feel with the Eight of Pentacles that you have to be perfect. There might be like a perfectionistic streak. And if you have the moon in Virgo, Taurus, then that might be, or Taurus rising, then that's going to be a thing for you anyway. But the thing is that doing, you know, the Eight of Pentacles isn't coming from a fear-based place. It's not like, oh, I have to do this or I might lose my job. It's the love of it. It's like really immersing yourself. You know, it's interesting because 8, you know, when we talk about, I was going to say, when I was talking about money and the number 8, is that it's a number of worldly power, but it's also, in astrology, connected to the 8th house is connected to Scorpio. And Pluto might be connected with it, I don't know. But the point is that, you know, when you really love what you do and take pride in it, that is an inner power. It's not coming from the outside. You're not being motivated by fear, someone else's, you know, shame-based manipulation and like, oh, you're not good enough. You're doing it for your own sake. And that is really, so you never have to fear things that have happened in the past that have caused you to doubt yourself, because you know, when you are doing what you feel is your skill and you're improving your skills, you're always trying to expand and improve your skills, then you're on the right course. What is coming in? Another very solid energy. We have the Emperor. Now, for some reason, this is associated with Aries, maybe because of that sense of authority, but actually when I look at this card, I think of Capricorn. I had a viewer say the same thing, and now that I think about it, it's number 4, and that number is associated with Saturn, and that is the ruler of Capricorn. So this is about, I would say, control, or, well, that's not really what I want to say, order in your life. And, you know, the number 4 is about foundations. So you are creating this order. If you have graduated from college recently and now you're getting into the work world, then this certainly applies to you. And I would say that the Page of Swords is always seek, you know, more knowledge. Just because you graduated from college doesn't mean that you just stop learning. And I think that's what I was trying to convey the first time. This can be somebody who has had a midlife crisis and they, you know, question everything that they, you know, have been told about life. And that's a beautiful thing, actually, to have that experience, because we should question. We shouldn't just go along automatically. And, you know, Taurus is getting quite a jolt because Uranus is in your sign, and especially you earlier degree Taurus sun, or if you're watching for your rising sign, you're getting hit the hardest. And when I say hit, I don't mean bad. I mean it's making contact with you and influencing you the most because you are within orb, or, you know, you're close in degrees. So that brings out this sense of wanting, you know, to be free of constrictions, okay? Now, with the Emperor, this is about discipline and things like that. And I was mentioning in a recent video, I don't know if it was for your sign, but for some sign, I was mentioning this book that I used to own. I don't know if I still have it. It was called the Yoga of Discipline. And basically, the freedom or liberation that comes from discipline. And from a person like me, I'm a sun in Sagittarius, but I do have Taurus rising. but I just, that I think Taurus sometimes can be pleasure seeking, can be, I want to do the path of least resistance and that kind of thing. That what I learned, what I realized is, and I've read this in other places, is that when you really are organized in your life, you create so much freedom, and it's true freedom. Because if you just like skirt your duties and you just go out and do something, there still is that voice in the back of your head nagging you and telling you, I haven't washed the dishes, I haven't done this, I haven't done that. And it kind of steals your joy. So I'm going to have to either find that book or reorder it, because it was very good and it was a spiritual book. So I would say the same to you, even though this card is very connected to the practical side of life, we can always elevate it to something more, because, life is that paradoxical thing. On the one hand, we're living a physical life, but we're also we're multidimensional. And the outcome is the Temperance card. This card is connected to Sagittarius, and it's about, and it's funny, I was looking at that 4, but there was a 10 in front of it. So this is card number 14. 1 foot on in the water and 1 foot on land. Land equals that earth, or the material side of life, and the water represents the spiritual. Being balanced with that. How many Taurus people tend to get immersed in the material side of life? Now, even if you are already somebody that you feel is an awakened soul, that you have spiritual gifts and that kind of thing, you can still get bogged down in the material. And it's not to neglect the material, though. So that can create for yourself a well-rounded life at this point. Because there might be something, for some of you, because the 8 of Pentacles is in the center, that you are really driven to accomplish and that you're really focused on, that is of a material nature. So I'm not saying just don't even care about that. No, we have seasons in life, and this may be the season where you're trying to do the best job that you can, because there's something that you need to do, that you're trying to establish yourself, or what have you. So no, I would never say that. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.